Fellow Australians, gather close, for though we are 2 weeks past the winter solstice, the winds have not softened and the frost has not lifted. The sun may rise a little earlier now, but the chill, it lingers, relentless and sharp. They told us this would be a warmer winter. They told us the air would be mild. They said La Nina had passed, that global shifts would steer the season toward warmth. But nature had its own agenda. Across this wide and wondrous land, from the highlands of New South Wales to the plains of Queensland, from Victoria's southern coast to the heart of the Northern Territory, Australians are shivering. Not just mildly, but deeply. Our breath hangs in the morning air. Our boots crunch on frosted ground. And we ask ourselves, has winter betrayed us, or have we simply forgotten how bitter it can be? Let's not speak in whispers. Let us speak in records. Because this June, across our sunburnt country, cold has returned with the force of memory. In New South Wales, the thermometers dipped to depths not seen since 2006. That's nearly 2 decades of milder mornings shattered in a single season. In Queensland, where the tropics usually defy winter's reach, the mercury plunged to levels not witnessed since 2012. A state built for warmth, suddenly gripped by frost. The Northern Territory, often untouched by the full force of winter, felt the sting. The coldest June minimums in over a decade, since 2012, wrapped the top end in an unfamiliar stillness. Even Victoria, which knows winter well, was caught off guard. Since 2017, there had not been a June this cold. And the people felt it, in their homes, in their bones, in every breath drawn before sunrise. And yet, some may ask, was it really that cold? Or have we, over years of gentle winters, simply grown soft? Well, the Bureau of Meteorology has no time for opinions. It deals in facts. It delivers maps, numbers, and anomalies. Their temperature anomaly map for June paints the picture clearly. Most of Australia experienced cooler than average minimum temperatures. A nation that prides itself on warmth was humbled by the night. From the centre to the south, from the east to the west, excluding only small pockets of southern Western Australia, Western South Australia, and northern Queensland, the verdict is in: this was no illusion. This was cold. This was real. Overnight temperatures, the ones that greet us first thing in the morning, were down. Sharply down. They cut through doona covers and bit through timber floorboards. But here's the curious thing: while the nights chilled our souls, the days told a different story. Daytime maximums across the country hovered near average. Western Australia even bucked the trend with warmer than normal daytime highs. The sun, when it appeared, offered brief and blessed respite. But it was the nights, those long, dark, silent nights, that defined June. Meteorologist Ms. Jo explained it in simple, scientific terms: several cold fronts swept across the southern and southeastern regions. Behind them, cold air, and once those fronts moved through, high-pressure systems parked themselves above us. Clear skies, light winds, nothing to hold the heat. And in those conditions, warmth fled the earth like steam from an uncovered kettle. The ground radiated its heat into the void, and the cold settled in. It's the classic setup for frost. For frozen grass. For biting air. And so, Australia faced a paradox. A winter forecast to be mild. But a reality that proved merciless. What does it mean? It means we must rethink our assumptions. It means that climate predictions are not guarantees, but guides, and that nature can, at any moment, remind us of its power. It means that even in a warming world, cold is not extinct. It returns. Not always. But when it does, it makes its presence felt with clarity and force. And so, across our cities and towns, we have huddled. We've layered up. We've cranked the heaters. We've rediscovered the art of warm soup and hot tea. In households from Hobart to Darwin, children have wrapped scarves twice around their necks. Workers have scraped frost from windshields. Farmers have watched their breath rise in the early light. This winter, we are not imagining the cold. We are living it. It is a winter of broken records. Of broken expectations. But it is also a winter of resilience. Because Australians are no strangers to extremes. We weather droughts and floods. Fires and storms. We endure the heat waves of summer and the Arctic pulses of winter. And through it all, we adapt. We do not fear the frost, we respect it. We do not curse the cold, we prepare for it. And we do not shrink from the unexpected, we meet it with open eyes and steady hands. This June, the weather turned. And we turned with it. So now, as July continues and the path to spring begins, we carry with us a renewed understanding: winter in Australia is unpredictable. It will not always play by the forecasts. It will surprise us. It will test us. And sometimes, it will freeze us to our core. But even so, we rise. We wrap our scarves, light our fires, and wait. Because the frost, too, shall pass. And when it does, when the first bloom of wattle appears, when the winds soften, and the mornings brighten, we will remember this cold not as a curse, but as a reminder. A reminder that nature is still wild, still free, and still capable of humbling us all.